You find me on the way down towards Pointwell Mill here. There's the mill. This is that tree that had fallen down in the storms I think it was last year. And they put it back up. I wonder what sort of technology they used to pull that tree up. It's been cut and trimmed. The Romans were great innovators of technology. The thing that comes to mind with Romans is their use of aqueducts. It's their idea of, rather than you going and fetching the water, we'll rig up a system where the water comes to you. That's what the aqueduct is all about. You might live a long way away from the nearest source of water, so the aqueduct is a means of getting that water to where you are. And that whole idea of channeling water in different directions than where it's going is really the bedrock of everything that we do, even down to farming and the way they irrigate deserts. That's the rise of automation. The water automatically goes that way. Every house is hooked up to a source of water, and it all goes back to aqueducts in history. Not that the Romans necessarily invented the aqueduct. It was an idea, I'm sure, that they took from somewhere else they invaded. But the thing is, they brought it here, and with it they brought water mills, using water, not just channeling it to where you want it, but actually using it, other than drinking it, using its power. So harnessing the power of water using a water mill is a brilliant idea. And we've got the Romans to thank for bringing that idea into this country. Things like mills have shaped our country. That technology now has been put aside. Perhaps we should still be harnessing it. That's the big question. They do in other countries. They use it to generate electricity. We still have a source of energy like water that we could harness locally. Devices, automation. Where have we come? We've gone through in Coggeshall. We've had water mills with the two water mills we've had here on this stretch where we are. This one, Pointwell Mill, and there's one over there that the monks used to manage, the Abbey Mill. That brought us a lot of industry. We're grinding corn. We had the wool industry, so you could use the power of the mill for all sorts of fabric processing, What happened with the mill down the town, which was King Seeds, prior to that was a silk mill. And that was powered by steam. Still water, but in a different form. The rise of the Industrial Revolution. As technology progresses and changes, and our need for automation advances it, and we find new ways. This is another sign of our advancement in the use of technology. Our harnessing of electricity where we used coal and again harnessing steam in order to generate electricity, harnessing water but in the form of steam. Water's still in the equation when it comes to technology. We have wind power now, but that's only generating when the wind blows. Yes, they have storage, but the batteries are not really up to par. We haven't really developed that technology to a safer level, to a more reliable level. Some might say that this whole advancement has been rushed, especially in this day and age where they're trying to reduce emissions. Water doesn't emit anything. It's not toxic. And we seem to have abandoned that. In places in the United States and other countries, they have dams and they use the technology to harness the power of water in producing electricity. But here it seems to be just a matter of the history books. A day that once was. Because they abandoned water and adopted coal-powered steam technology. I think technical advancement is a brilliant, wonderful and amazing thing. But what holds it back is the fact that many people rush into it and don't think about the consequences. It's never thought through. It's just ticked off on a business meeting. It's developed. It's driven by money, when really it should be driven by necessity and intelligent thinking it through.